What's going on, guys? Chinese guy here, and welcome back to yet another Battlefield 4 trailer breakdown video from me. Today we will be taking a look at the new Battlefield 4 premium trailer released by DICE to show off the Dragon's Teeth DLC maps and also one of the Final Stand maps too. And as always, if you do enjoy this video, please be sure to press that like button and also be sure to subscribe for weekly Battlefield 4 videos. First off, let's actually watch the trailer itself, then we can break it down in detail. So before we even get started, I have to say that the trailer looks pretty awesome as usual. DICE just really knows how to make their trailers look awesome. Now for most of this trailer, it actually shows a lot of things we've seen before. They do again look pretty epic, but let's just skip to the Dragon's Teeth DLC parts. The first shot is of Pearl Market, which is probably going to play out very similar to Flood Zone from the Battlefield 4 vanilla maps. A map description, and I quote, "Wage war within the bursting alleys and upon the rooftops of Pearl Market." You can just really see how this map will probably be very close quarters. There's going to be a lot of low fighting, and it looks to have bigger corridors than Flood Zone, so maybe it could play out very different. But again, there is just a giant alley, and you can just see some American soldiers running around, and there's also a toppled over sign in the background. The next two shots is of the new riot shield, which I'm sure you guys have seen many times because it was leaked and I have talked about it before in my videos. In the background, it seems to have some apartment buildings, which leads me to believe this is the map Propaganda instead of Pearl Market. The description of Propaganda is fight among huge monuments of despots in the gray concrete Propaganda. But more information on Propaganda later down the line in this video. Then we have this quick swimming scene. Now this I believe is the map Sunken Dragon, and again the description is wreak havoc in a floating restaurant or drain the lake opening for a frontal vehicle assault, all while the battle rages between the modern high rises of Sunken Dragon. You just can't see very much of the actual map, but the water in this shot doesn't seem to be very deep, and it also seems to be very murky with underwater plants, which is a pretty nice addition to the game because usually in Battlefield 4 the sea floor are very generic and boring, and I'm probably guessing the Levolution event will probably be very similar to Flood Zone, where you will have to destroy some kind of barrier and all the water will flush out somehow, and here in this shot it seems like the lake is still full of water. Here again is Pearl Market. You can just see the brave recon running around with a pistol on the rooftops, and it just looks very much like Flood Zone, so hopefully they do stand out different enough. Then this shot shows a new map, Lumpini Garden. The description of this map says, cruise with fast moving PWCs on the canals in the pristine park to get to the upper hand in the blazing infantry battle of Lumpini Garden. You can see the little canals in the back behind the Z11W, and there also seems to be some tall buildings in the back, which also really reminds me a lot of the Dawnbreaker map. Then we have this shot of a water tower breaking down and exploding with water. Again, it looks very similar to Flood Zone's water tower, but I don't know what this map is. My best guess would be Sunken Dragon because there are a lot of plants at the base of the tower, and Sunken Dragon also seems to have lots of plants. But if you do have any better ideas, please let me know because I really want to find out. Lastly, we have Propaganda again, and this time we can see an M1 Abrams getting crushed by a freight train, so I'm guessing that would be the levolution of this map, having a train just running through the city, and if you're unlucky, you will be crushed by it. This map will most likely be taking place in the North Korean capital city of Pyongyang. There are a lot of gray generic apartments and lots of North Korean flags, also the Soviet flags in the back. And lastly, I almost forgot to mention about the screenshots which I grabbed off from the first premium trailer a while back ago. I talked about this on YouTube, and I'm actually surprised that no one else found these screenshots, but you can see on the screen this is Propaganda, and you can just really see the scale of this map. It is actually quite big, and it might be not as close quarters as some of the other maps. And then we can probably see this is Leukemia Garden, but I'm not 100%. There are some roads and there seems to be some more apartment buildings, but this time it looks much nicer than Propaganda, so I don't think it's the same map. And we can also see some kind of harbor front. I am not exactly too sure if this is Leukemia Garden or not, but if you do have any other suggestions, please leave them down below. So moving on to the final stand map, we actually only have one map, and that is some kind of generic snow map. At first glance, it really reminds me of Alborz Mountains, and in this first shot you can just see the F-35 zoom right past by the Viper, and in the next shot you can see the BTR just zooming right past by, and you can also see a hovercraft explode. Now this is just a bit confusing to me because the hovercraft was introduced in the Naval Strike DLC, so I don't know what it is doing here in the Final Stand DLC, so maybe they're reintroducing this as a vehicle, but I'm not too sure about that, and it might be just some kind of placeholder for now. The final and last shot of this trailer, which is actually interesting, is of some kind of thing called the MKV, or Multiple Kill Vehicle. Now, at first, this really reminds me of some kind of thing that came out of a sci-fi movie or maybe even Battlefield 2142. But instead, this is actually a US military missile defense system program type of thing. And in real life, it is designed to intercept and destroy multiple enemy ballistic missiles. And in the game, you can actually see a minigun or Gatling gun right in the front. And you can just see a lot of little engines blasting out fire. And this thing is traveling quite quick. So I'm just wondering, what is the practicality of this thing being in the game? Is it thrown? Is it launched? Or is it a commander tool? So I'm just wondering what DICE is going to do with this little weapon or so. But at least for now, we know how it looks like and it will be in the game. And we just need DICE to give us some actual information on it, because for now we don't know anything about it. So guys, that's it for today's video. Now what I want to know is, what do you guys think about these two DLCs? Are they enough, or is DICE just trying to throw something at us until Battlefield 4 is finally gone? So be sure to leave your comments down below, because I do read them all and reply to them as much as I can. Anyways, I want to thank you guys for watching this video. If you did enjoy and want to see more videos like this, be sure to press that like button, and also be sure to stay tuned by subscribing. Thanks for watching. Peace out, guys.